Before we get started, I would appreciate if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. So this is the presentation that I'm going to go through, Digibyte Money Reinvented. And let's just go through this presentation to learn more about Digibyte. Also, I do appreciate if you could like this video, if you like my content. If you haven't already, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the support is appreciated, and thank you very much. You store and you send data in megabytes and gigabytes, so why not store and send money in digibytes? This is a quote, I guess, from Jared Tate, the founder and creator of Digibyte. So what is Digibyte? It's a decentralized cryptocurrency. Now, Bitcoin and Litecoin, they are decentralized as well, but what makes Digibyte better than them is that it is more decentralized. And the more decentralized you are, the better it is, because nobody has control or power over the blockchain, and the chance of anybody having control or power over the blockchain is more difficult the further decentralized you are. And out of the three, Digibyte is the most decentralized cryptocurrency compared to Bitcoin and Litecoin. A long-term nurtured project, a devoted and enthusiastic community. Fully agree. If you look at the Digibyte project, it is a long-term project and there's always development ongoing, things being built on Digibyte. It's a forward-thinking, innovative blockchain. So much is happening with Digibyte, and there's a devoted and enthusiastic community. Yeah, the Digibyte community is great, and there's a lot to be enthusiastic about when you understand the fundamentals of Digibyte and the specs and the features of the blockchain and what Digibyte has to offer. Digibyte has to offer so much, but the only thing it's lacking in is the exposure, is the awareness, and maybe one could say marketing, but it is a decentralized project, so there's no central body to actually market Digibyte. It's just one of those ones where awareness has to come naturally as time goes by. Just how Bitcoin grew these past 11 years. There's no company marketing Bitcoin. It just happened organically. And the same thing would happen with Digibyte, in my opinion. So Digibyte's coin supply is 1,000 to 1. And that's in relation to Bitcoin, the ratio. So every one Bitcoin that's created, there's going to be 1,000 Digibytes. And that's not too bad, to be honest. When you look at it this way, I think I calculated with the supply of Bitcoin, the maximum supply of Bitcoin, which is about 21 million, and the 7 point something billion people on this earth, I think it's 7.7, 7.8, that equates to everyone getting about 0.0027, I think it's 0.0027, and Satoshis. So everyone could have about 0.0027 Satoshis. With Digibyte, that will just be 2.7 Digibyte. So if everyone on this planet was to equally be given Digibyte and it was to be distributed amongst everyone equally, then that would just be 2.7 Digibyte each. Is that a bad thing? The supply being 21 billion is not a bad thing at all when you actually look at it like that. So the circulating supply is 46%, the total supply in 2035, okay, 100%. So Digibyte will be fully mined in 2035, and that's when there would be 21 billion Digibyte in circulation. So Digibyte stats, let's look at some Digibyte stats. So the key features of Digibyte, and this is what makes Digibyte a superior blockchain over Litecoin and Bitcoin. Now, even though Digibyte is a superior blockchain over Bitcoin, I don't think Digibyte would ever surpass Bitcoin in terms of market cap and value. But it has the potential to definitely surpass Litecoin. The reason being is because now because Bitcoin, for one, it's in a different league of its own, and people enter cryptocurrency space through Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is now considered as a store of value. That's the new narrative for Bitcoin, is that it's going to be store of value, and that's how people are seeing it, as like a form of gold. So because of that, people mostly have one mentality when they're buying Bitcoin, and that is to buy and hold and accumulate and never really sell. And if more people have that mentality, the more scarce Bitcoin's going to be, and the higher the price and the greater the demand as well. There'll be very low supply and there'll be a lot of demand because people see it as a store of value. If a lot of people are selling and the demand outstrips the supply, then the market cap and the price of Bitcoin will just keep going up tremendously. However, Litecoin is not really seen as a store of value like Bitcoin is. So Litecoin and Digibyte are more similar because they can be considered as stores of value because their supply is limited. Bitcoin having a maximum supply of just 21 billion and Litecoin having a maximum supply of 84 million. So because it has a capped supply, it can be seen as a store of value. However, they also have features that make them useful for being a currency. Now, Litecoin is faster than Bitcoin. Digibyte is faster than the pair of them. So Digibyte is and can be used as a currency, a means of payment online to do online payments, which is something that you can do with Bitcoin. But on the core level, on the blockchain level, Bitcoin is slow and it has too much limitations to make it a great currency to use for payment compared to what's out there. Whereas Digibyte, it breaks through those limitations and is so much superior. So it's more attractive to use Digibyte as a currency, and you can use it as a store of value potentially if it grows well and because it has a maximum capped supply. Whereas Bitcoin is mostly just seen as a store of value now. Litecoin is like both, I guess, and Digibyte, it could be either or, a store of value and a currency, but it has the features that makes it a better currency out of the three, and also a better store of value, I guess, when you look at the blockchain specs. So it offers true decentralization, blazing fast transactions. This is what makes it great as a as a form of payment, as a currency, because of the fast transactions in relation to Litecoin and Digibyte. The longest UTXO chain in the world. So even though it came out later than the three, than Bitcoin or Litecoin, it still has the longest chain in the world and extremely low fees. Again, another reason why it could be used as a form of payment compared to Bitcoin. It's more attractive to use Digibyte as a form of payment than Bitcoin. Now, if you have Bitcoin and you want to make a microtransaction, the fees could be too high, especially when the network is congested. Whereas with Digibyte, the fees are extremely low, and Litecoin has cheaper fees, but Digibyte has even cheaper fees. Litecoin has faster transactions than Bitcoin, but Digibyte has even faster transactions than Litecoin. So this is why Digibyte is more attractive as a means of payment than the two of them. 15-second block times is very fast for payments to be confirmed. Multi-wallet support, there's a lot of support and wallets out there where you can that supports Digibyte. Has 5 mining algorithms. Now Litecoin and Digibyte, both of them have one mining algorithm. Digibyte has 5 mining algorithms, so it's extremely decentralized when it comes to its mining, and 5 mining algorithms makes it more secure as a blockchain compared to Litecoin and Digibyte, because it will be really difficult to attack a blockchain when it has 5 different mining algorithms, making it more decentralized compared to just having one mining algorithm. So this is what makes Digibyte more superior as well. So it's not only is it faster, not only is it more decentralized, no, it's also more secure. It has an adaptive mining difficulty, and compared to Bitcoin and Litecoin, the adaptive mining difficulty of Digibyte is in real time. So this makes the Digibyte blockchain more stable. And it also is 100% proof of work, just like Bitcoin and Litecoin. So these are the key features of Digibyte. And these features, in my opinion, makes Digibyte a great currency that could be used for payment, and also a great potential store of value as the crypto market grows and more people become aware of Digibyte, and there's more demand for Digibyte because of the 21 billion supply and it's capped, it could be a great store of value as well, potentially speaking. However, I don't think it's going to reach the levels of Bitcoin because Bitcoin is in a whole different league. The amount of people that see Bitcoin as a store of value, we're talking about from institutional investors, people that are willing to put big money into Bitcoin, from billionaires, because of the exposure that it has received in the markets that are now interested in Bitcoin. I don't think Digibyte would reach that height, but I still think Digibyte could do and has the potential to do just as good as Litecoin or even better. Because me personally, I would buy Bitcoin as a store of value and I would buy Digibyte for that currency to make transactions and payments, and also to potentially be a store of value as well. So Jared Tate, let's see what he has to say. Our vision for Digibyte throughout 2018-2019 is to grow and build an ecosystem of developers, projects, assets, startups, and real-world solutions built on top of the Digibyte blockchain. You see how forward-thinking this Digibyte blockchain is and the community behind Digibyte. Remember, even though Jared Tate is the founder, he is not the owner. He does not control Digibyte. Jared Tate could step down, and I think recently he has taken a break from everything, a temporary break. But even if he was to stay away for good, Digibyte would still thrive because it's a decentralized blockchain. Look at Bitcoin. Whoever created it, whoever made it, whether it was a person or a group of people known by the name Satoshi Nakamoto, they have been off the scene for majority of the duration of Bitcoin's existence. And has that stopped Bitcoin from growing? Of course not. Bitcoin is still growing regardless because it's a decentralized project. It's a decentralized currency. And the same thing with Digibyte. Whether Jared Tate is in the scene or not in the scene, anyone could build on Digibyte. Anyone could help the Digibyte blockchain, the ecosystem, grow the community, and Digibyte could still thrive successfully regardless. This is what I like about Digibyte, is their innovation and their forward thinking. And if you look at the two blockchains, because remember I'm comparing this with Bitcoin and Litecoin, Digibyte is on a whole different league when it comes to innovation and being forward thinking. So how does Digibyte compare? Transactions per second. Now this is data from 2017. And if we look at transactions per second, Bitcoin is 2%, Western Union 9%, PayPal 19%, Digibyte 39%, and Visa 88%. So even though it's nowhere near Visa yet, it's still doing better than PayPal, Western Union, and Bitcoin when it comes to how much transactions it can process per second on the Digibyte blockchain. And this is from 2017. So as we're in 2020, this data is obviously old and Digibyte is doing so much better. So how does Digibyte compare? This is transaction fees, and this is data from 2018. Now I assume this is in dollars. Bitcoin 6, PayPal 2, Ethereum 1, Litecoin 0, and Digibyte is less than cents, I believe. Wow. So yeah, it's extremely low and it's the cheapest of all of them. So Digibyte pricing history. Now since its creation in February 2014, this has been Digibyte's pricing history. The highest it's ever reached was 12, I believe this is cents. It won't be priced in pounds. So it will be 12 cents. The highest it's ever reached was 12 cents. Digibyte has never really, I mean, it has skyrocketed, don't get me wrong, because it started out as less than cents. So from less than cents, if you had purchased in 2014 and you sold at 2018, you would have made a hell of a lot of profit, extremely a lot of profit. I mean, people could have become millionaires from this by accumulating millions when it was less than cents and selling at these kind of high prices here. But compared to the charts of the other coins that started out less than cents, and all of them, Bitcoin is in the thousands, Litecoin reached the hundreds. Digibyte has not really did a huge skyrocketing like that yet, so it still has that ahead of it, I believe. It's just a matter of time That's all I believe. It's just a matter of time. Whether that time frame is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, it's just a matter of time. I don't think Digibyte as a blockchain is one of those blockchains that would be ruined if it doesn't happen ASAP. Like some projects out there, if they do not perform well price wise, the community are going to abandon the project, and the project is going to be ruined. And they're working against time. With Digibyte, it's not really working against time. The growth will happen gradually, organically, and I don't see the community dumping their Digibyte for what really. I mean, if you're buying into Digibyte because you understand what it has to offer, what are you going to dump it for? Unless you're going to dump it into Bitcoin, but then even then, if you're dumping it into Bitcoin as a store of value, you would never make the same potential profit as you would have if you had kept your Digibyte and it shot up into dollars and tens of dollars and you purchased it at cents. That opportunity has gone with Bitcoin, that opportunity has gone with Litecoin, and that this opportunity is still there with Digibyte to accumulate Digibyte at cents and to be a part of a magnificent, great transfer of wealth as Digibyte reaches over $1 plus to all those people that accumulated that cents. So the price of Digibyte, this is how it's performed since 2014, and there's going to be a lot of growth in the crypto space between 2020 and 2030. So who knows where the price is going to go. I have my ideas where I think it's going to reach significant in terms of market cap, and it could reach numbers as Litecoin, but that's just me. Do your own research. Just because I'm bullish long term on Digibyte, you don't have to be. You have to always do your own research. When you invest in something, you need to do it because you have confidence in your investment, not because you've watched a YouTube video. Do your own research and have real confidence at the core level within you with your investments based upon knowledge and research. So the Lightning Network is trying to solve a problem that Digibyte already does better than Lightning Network. Patrick Wyland, Digibyte believer. Now, if you don't know what the Lightning Network is, it's basically a second layer, I believe, solution for Bitcoin, or built on top of Bitcoin, to help with scaling Bitcoin, to help Bitcoin be used for payments. Because Bitcoin gets congested, the fees become very expensive and it's slow. So Lightning Network is to basically help speed things up, help people save on fees, and it's not using the core Bitcoin blockchain. So it's like basically bypassing the Bitcoin blockchain. You're making transactions via the Lightning Network, and then once the transactions have been done, then that information then gets sent back to the Bitcoin blockchain ledger to be recorded. Now, Bitcoin needs the Lightning Network. However, Digibyte does not need the Lightning Network as a blockchain, because on the core level, Digibyte is a superior blockchain than Bitcoin and Litecoin. So Lightning Network is trying to solve a problem that Digibyte already does better than Lightning Network. So transaction speed of Digibyte. In 2014, it was 560 transactions per second it could process. In 2020, it says here 2,000 transactions per second. I'm not sure if we're at 2,000 transactions per second as of yet. I think the transactions per second is 1,066 transactions per second, which is what we're doing now. However, by 2035, Digibyte should be able to process 280,000 transactions per second. Now, compared to Litecoin and Bitcoin, Bitcoin cannot process at the moment 1,066 transactions per second. What is it doing? 714 with SegWit, maybe a bit more, maybe something 20 something transactions per second because of SegWit. Digibyte already has SegWit as well, and it's doing 1,066 transactions per second. Litecoin is not doing 1,000 transactions per second. It's doing more than Bitcoin, but nowhere near as high as Digibyte. SWOT analysis on Digibyte. So the Digibyte strengths is highly decentralized, offers low fees, very fast transactions, resistance to 51% attacks. If you don't know what a 51% attacks is, I've got some videos talking about what a 51% attack is in regards to the Bitcoin blockchain, and Digibyte is resistant to it because it has multiple algorithms. Bitcoin has one algorithm to mine, Digibyte has 5 algorithms to mine Digibyte, so it makes it hard to do a 51% attack when your mining algorithms are broken down into 5. There's 5 ways to mine Digibyte rather than one, so it's more decentralized. Active dev team and community. The opportunities is that you can build dApps on Digibyte, just like with Ethereum decentralized applications. You can do that on Digibyte as well. Wide adoption, e-commerce and in-store payments, security solutions, identity solutions, and these are the things, opportunities that can be done with the Digibyte blockchain. The weaknesses is that it's relatively low adoption currently, and no central fund, not an ICO. Now these weaknesses, which is true, is relatively low and adoption, especially when we look at Bitcoin and Litecoin, and it's true, that's just at the moment. Personally, I don't see them as weaknesses because they have nothing to do with the core function of the blockchain itself. The fact that it has low adoption, that's just to do with lack of exposure, lack of marketing, and a lack of awareness. And that could change over time. Also, one could say it's a good thing for me personally, and I'm sure there's other people out there as well that are happy that they can still buy Digibyte at these prices because they know that as adoption picks up, these prices would never be seen again. So it's an opportunity right now to be taken advantaged of, that Digibyte is still relatively unknown compared to other cryptocurrency projects and coins, so that you can accumulate more Digibyte at these low prices. Because time would change this, in my opinion. Time would change the low adoption rate, because as time goes by, just like it changed it with Bitcoin and Litecoin, I think it would also change it with Digibyte, because as time goes by, more people become aware of Digibyte and more people buy into Digibyte. And as that grows with time, so would the market cap and so would the price. Now, something else is the no central fund, not an ICO. Now, Bitcoin was not an ICO, and that has not been a weakness for Bitcoin, nor was Litecoin an ICO as far as I know. No, it was not an ICO, and that was not a weakness for Litecoin. So I don't see not having a central fund being a weakness for Digibyte. As the adoption rate increases with Digibyte, more people would be interested in working on Digibyte for free, volunteering, and there'll be more people as well that are willing to donate. Now, potential threats for Digibyte is FUD, fear, uncertainty and doubt, from entities with vested interests in other projects. Now, it's possible, I'm sure it happens, but I mean, how much FUD could you really spread on Digibyte? What are you going to say? It's decentralized. It's as decentralized as they come. Who are you going to be FUDing? You can't FUD any one person in particular, because that individual really has no control over Digibyte. So you're going to FUD that the price is so low that it hasn't grown and blown up yet. There's a reason for that. So I mean, people could FUD, spread fear, uncertainty and doubt about Digibyte because they have interest in other projects. But the chances are, whatever project they're vested in, Digibyte has and is more superior to it as a blockchain. It may not necessarily be superior in market cap and price, but as a blockchain, it's likely doing better. Unjustified hype for other untested projects. Yep. Okay, so we could take all the transactions from the top 50 blockchains combined and still not have any issues. This is from Josiah Spackman. If you've been around Digibyte, in the Digibyte community, you'd know who Josiah is. He does a lot of YouTube videos on Digibyte and keeps people updated and stuff as to what's happening with the development and all that stuff. So he's a Digibyte ambassador, and he says that Digibyte can handle all the transactions from the top 50 blockchains combined and still not have any issues. So wallet supports, there's lots of wallet supports for Digibytes. You'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to Digibyte wallet support. Digibyte community importance, 100%. Digibyte is an open source project anyone can contribute. Yep. Need to know more? If you need to know more, this is where you can go. Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, and GitHub. Join the community. The Digibyte community, join the driving force behind Digibyte. These are the Telegram links. Yep. If you're on Telegram, be sure to join. Websites that you can check out. Social networks, GitHub links, and hashtag Digibyte. Let's grow. Exactly. That's all we really have to it. Team continue doing what they're doing. When I say team, I mean the community that's involved, the developers that's involved in working on Digibyte, building on Digibyte, making it a better blockchain as they have been doing all this time. Let them continue doing what they're doing, and that is basically solving problems, which is what exactly has made Digibyte a superior blockchain today, because of this forward-thinking, innovative, problem-solving approach that Digibyte has. And in my opinion, it's just a matter of time. Nothing but time before we see Digibyte really skyrocketing, really, as the term is in the cryptocurrency space. I don't really like this term, it sounds a bit weird, but really mooning, should I say, going to the moon. It's just a matter of time before money flows into the cryptocurrency space as a whole, and more money flows into Digibyte as a whole, more money flows into Digibyte from other altcoins, money flows into Digibyte maybe from Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time, and it would happen organically. But right now, don't rush things. Just take advantage of the fact that Digibyte is only 1.5p. 1.5p is a penny. Sometimes I throw pennies on the floor, like I go through my change and I have 2 pences and I don't want it. It's like I pull it on the side, I put it on the side of the wall because I just don't want to keep that change in my pocket. And I could buy myself a Digibyte with that. And that Digibyte could one day be worth $1. I spent 2 pence and I made $1. Just that's how I see it. 2 pence made $1. It's or $10 even. So because a 210 billion market cap for Digibyte is not too far out of the world of possibilities when you understand that the cryptocurrency market cap is likely to be worth trillions one day. So Digibyte for me is an opportunity of a lifetime. I missed it with Bitcoin, I missed it with Litecoin. I'll be a fool if I miss it with Digibyte, especially that Digibyte is the best out of the three when it comes to its blockchain. The best out of the three is the cheapest of the three. Think about that. How many times do you see an opportunity, or do you see a product or anything where the best of the bunch is actually the cheapest of the bunch? You hardly see that. Usually the best, the market gives it its value of being the best. But the difference is, with Digibyte, it came late. The market is unaware of Digibyte. Digibyte is more unknown. It's the dark horse in the cryptocurrency space when you went out of the three UTXO blockchains, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Digibyte. Digibyte is that dark horse. Don't underestimate that dark horse. I'm putting my money on that dark horse, but at the same time, I do buy Bitcoin as well because I like diversifying, have a bit of Bitcoin, stacking those sats, but I'm also stacking those Digibytes. I'm doing both. So that's all for now. I'm going to cut this video. I've been talking a while. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and it does help when you like, because it does get the word out there when it comes to the YouTube algorithms. It gets my video out there more, so more people can come across this video, more people can learn about Digibyte, become aware of Digibyte. And if you're a Digibyte investor, it benefits you, it benefits me, it benefits the whole Digibyte community as a whole, and it hopefully benefits Digibyte. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video. Take care and goodbye.